Water is life. The water god. Mm-hmm. The water god.
Water is mom.
Water is mom. Mom is God. Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to Okay Bud, the podcast where everything's gonna be okay, bud. I'm Ben Kissel at Ben Kissel1, joined by Jerry Aquino.
Hello.
At Miss_Jerry, that's Jerii, and Kyle Plouffe at Kyle Plouffe.
Oh, yeah.
Join the Patreon, join the conversation, watch the show live, patreon.com/diebud. Also, shoot us an email, thanks to all the people who sent us pictures of cats as well.
Oh my god, I got so many cute cats the other day. It was so cute.
Yeah, so cats more than allowed. Accepted with love.
Oh my god, we love cats.
Yes, absolutely. I'm a dog boy, but I will love a cat.
Yeah, I'm a cat girl that will tolerate a dog.
There we go. That's the complexity of this show.
Yeah.
Okay, let's start with an update. Speaking of complex, we got to talk about it because we've been discussing Virginia Goofrey. She said she has 4 days to live. It's now been 5 days. She's still alive.
Oh,
That's
boy.
weird. Yeah, that was really scary to hear. 4 days to live, things were shutting down on her internally, right?
Yes, and then it came along with a picture, and she was heavily bruised.
Yeah,
she
it was
said
bad.
she said she was hit by a school bus in Australia.
Yeah.
But now the students and the parents of the students are saying the accident itself was very minor, and they have no idea what she's talking about.
What?
Wow.
So obviously, if you're Prince Andrew, you're just wiping the flop sweat from your brow, being like, maybe this is my out.
Yeah.
But who the hell knows? Virginia Goofrey, again, is under a lot of scrutiny because they have officially seen where the crash site is, and apparently they have proven that the bus was not going 60 miles an hour like she said it was, and
Oh my God.
none of the students were hurt, none of the kids were hurt, the bus driver was fine. So everyone's kind of like, what the hell is going on? Was this just a plea for her to see her children again?
Wow.
I could definitely see that being it. Yeah, and that makes total sense because, like we said, it's very unrealistic that a bus is going 60 miles per hour.
Yep.
It probably should not be allowed to do that. I mean, I don't know if they do or not, but also when I heard that she got hit, I don't know why I assumed like she got hit by a bus, like herself.
That's what I thought, too.
Herself as a person.
Oh, no, she was in a car.
Yeah.
She was in a car.
Yeah.
And then it barely dented. It just what did it have? What kind of damage did the car have?
Not that much. According to Emmy Rose Wright, she says her children aged 5, 8, and 9, they were on the bus. And they said that the crash caused only slight damage to Virginia's Toyota.
Oh my God.
So she must have known that they were in the bus.
She knew that children were in the bus.
Her children, though.
No, they weren't her
No,
children.
they weren't her
Oh.
children. They were like children of the parents that are like speaking out and saying like, she's kind of exaggerating what happened here.
Oh,
If her children
geez.
were in the bus, I would give her credit.
Yeah.
I'd be like, you better let her see the kids.
Right.
She's setting up accidents in order to see her children.
Yeah, that's way too much.
That's true love. So they told the Telegraph that the children got off the bus and said they had a small crash. There's no damage to the bus, and none of the kids were injured.
What?
And then the mom denied the 29 kids on board had been distraught, but that was her claim. That everyone was freaking out.
Yeah,
But no one was freaking out, and the kids were like, "Oh, that was kind of a fun ride home. We got into a little accident." And then again, she
even
posted.
if they even noticed.
If they even noticed.
I feel like some of them are like, why are we stopping?
So one mother, Haley Miller, she says she's disgusted by the bruised photo that Virginia posted alongside, quote, lies that accuse the bus driver of serious misconduct. So the bus driver's like, oh my God, this is bad.
Yeah, he's like, I didn't do that. I did not do that.
Oh,
whoa.
Lord.
All of that on her face, I didn't do that. So do you think that happened from the car crash then? I mean,
That's what she kind of implies, right?
right.
Yeah.
But then now they're saying that it was like a minor hit to like a brake light or something. Like what is it? What would that do?
So then I guess all
Like,
the bruises
give her
must
whiplash?
be. Yeah. Maybe at worst, and then I guess all the bruises are just like makeup or something. The whole thing is so weird.
Wow.
Because whiplash does not leave you with 4 days to live, ma'am.
No. Haley says the whole story is sick, and I don't know what's true and what is not, but I do know the injuries are not from the bus incident.
Wow.
And I don't think any doctor has ever given someone 4 days to live. It's just too specific of a number.
Right. Yeah. You were like, that's
Yeah.
fucking weird. 4 days?
Yeah, like
I
a
was-
week, 2 weeks, a month, maybe.
I always
Yeah.
like when I go into the doctor's office and they just put a VHS tape in. They're just like, just watch this.
And
7 days.
Yeah.
This is how you're telling me I have cancer through like the ring?
Yes.
Yeah. 7.
Yeah, that's what we do it here. You know, I'm actually really I get nervous telling people they're about to die.
Yeah.
Right.
So I just like to put on a nice scary movie for them.
Yeah.
And let them know you have 7 days and then your rectal cancer is going to kill you.
Yeah.
Ever since a lawyer showed a scene of Jurassic Park in a movie, it's fucking no holds barred on using movie references.
It doesn't matter anymore.
It just doesn't matter anymore.
Nothing matters.
But I will say I feel bad because even if she did kind of like exaggerate this and make it up, like
Right.
I don't know, as a mother that doesn't have her children right now, who maybe like had a little like brisk of an almost near death experience, and it just made her like really like miss the kids all that much more, and be like, well, maybe I can use this to try to reach out to them, and they can reach out to me, and we can, maybe if they're worried, they'll reach out.
Yeah.
So I could see like the desperation of a mother here and have like sympathy for that.
But then it's also like, why don't you have custody of your kids?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't want to. That's their business,
know
and I ain't even trying to get
that is
into
another
that.
weird
Yeah.
thing.
But
It's like the Royal Tenenbaums, though. She's like making this up to see her kids again.
This is what we just said. Using movie references
Yes.
for real life situations
Yeah.
completely work. That is true. It's exactly like the Royal Tenenbaums.
I guess if my mom faked an accident, so I would go and visit her in Florida, I'd be like, Mom, that's kind of nice.
Yeah.
That's
She like
nice.
takes off the cast and stuff. She's like, I'm fine, Benjamin.
I just wanted you home.
My mom did fall and she broke her arm, but they
Aw.
said it was a great break, very clean, and then she's all healed up. She's
Oh, that's
tough.
yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's perfect.
It's awesome.
I saw a person get hit by a bus in New York City.
Oh.
He was on a bike, and it was one of those accordion buses, a double bus,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
And so he got caught in the middle, and then it rolled over his legs. And then at first I was like, oh my God, this guy, he's really in pain. But then he sounded like such a bitch. But I was like, you know what? Oh my God, my leg! My leg! And the bus just kept on going, and the guy was just crying so lame. I was like, I'm not going to help you, dude.
You can't cry
You
lamely.
just step over his legs that are backwards. Just,
Yeah, I just like
excuse me?
kicked it into place. I was like, maybe that'll help you.
Dude, don't do that.
My leg!
Keep it down, will you?
Hell,
Some people are trying to walk here.
just be tough. When I fell last year. I broke both of my arms basically, and I didn't cry like that. I mean, it was hard and it hurt a lot.
Yeah.
I didn't. My arms.
You can't dictate how people are going to sound when they get hurt.
Yeah.
I know, but when people do get hurt, like that news reporter who was stomping the grapes. Remember that video?
Oh my God.
It's one of the
Yeah,
funniest sounds
yeah.
of all time, and technically she was in a lot of pain, but that was very funny.
Yeah.
That's
So
terrible.
this mom, Haley, who really does not like Virginia Goofrey because she is all over this article.
Yeah.
She's raging. She says it's lies. I don't know what is she trying to get from all of this, but I do feel bad for her, and I hope she gets help.
Yeah.
So that's
Well, it's clear what she's trying to get out of this. She's trying to reach out to her kids.
yep. I think that's it.
Yep.
And they say it was way blown out of proportion. And again, she is alive. And usually if you're going to say I got an X amount of time to live, you shoot for like way in the future.
Yeah. 4 days was crazy.
4 days is just really not.
I
a
mean,
lot.
yeah, for a broken taillight is not going to get you internal bleeding and like kidney failure, dude. It just is going to.
Yes. Oh, apparently this is interesting. She wasn't even driving. There was the driver
Stop.
of Virginia's Toyota car also spoke out, urging her to get the story straight.
What? So he's even like, this is a lie?
Cheryl Cicella, 71 years old.
Oh, boy.
Apparently
What?
they were driving.
Why is the 71-year-old driving her around?
I don't know. And then she says, I'm sure Virginia will release a statement soon to clear it up. I'm not covering for her. I'm not implicated in a cover-up.
Right.
Why is this happening?
I have no idea.
All of this could have been avoided, and I think it's not going to help her
Yeah.
when it comes to seeing her children again.
And it sucks because now she's cornering herself into this little victim blamey thing where it's like she has been through a lot. She has been through enough. This is a bunch of bullshit. I'm sure, to her in a lot of different ways. And
Yeah.
again, I don't know what she's done to keep herself separated from the kids, but I do know at one point she was trafficked around, and that's got to fuck someone up in the head.
Yeah.
Right. Cicella, she's the so that 71-year-old who was driving, she's the caretaker of Goofrey's 40-acre, $1.3 million hobby farm.
Hobby farm.
She got some money.
Wow.
I didn't know she had that much cash.
I didn't either.
Yeah, she said the accident happened because there was a broken taillight on the Toyota, which led to a miscommunication between the drivers.
Oh,
Yeah.
sucks.
Anyway, well, I guess we'll keep you updated.
I'm invested in this story.
Yeah.
In a way, if you're Virginia, you got to die.
Yeah.
That's the only way out of this.
Okay, no, it's fucking not.
Well, but then she would die an honest woman.
Yes.
I refuse to. I just refuse to put her in this like bad guy corner because it sounds like she really is fucking going through a lot and needs help.
Yeah.
All right.
But she also
agree.
said that she sent it to the wrong like Facebook or Instagram because she thought it was on her private one. Which, if that's the case, then I do think that she did use it as a ploy because that'll make like friends and family be like, all right, come on, she's about to die. Bring your fucking kids over there to see her.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, maybe she never thought this was going to go public.
Yes.
yeah,
I
probably.
see.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she was like, my car was a tin can.
Yeah.
And it was like totally fine.
She had a scare. She had a scare, and it just made her think of her kids.
All right.
These moments make us do.
I suppose
I
so.
speak as a childless parent.
Yes. All right. And another update. We talked about this guy who was deported, this Maryland dude. He was sent to a notorious El Salvador prison.
Yes,
Kilmar
yes.
Armando Abrigo Garcia?
He was the hairstylist, right?
I believe so. ICE did say administrative error.
Oh.
So ICE did say,
Wow.
we did an oops.
Yep.
We sent this guy to an El Salvador prison.
Fully put him through the system, processed and landed somewhere else.
What a nightmare.
That is
What a
insane.
nightmare.
And then they're like, "Ooh, yeah, you know what? He was right. He's actually not in the gang."
He's still not been returned.
That's
So he's just
crazy.
hanging out in a prison in El Salvador. What?
That's
talk about-
just terrible.
Have you ever watched the show Lock Up Abroad?
Yes. That's the scariest nightmare fuel.
It is. So basically, it's just people who, like, they'll go to the Philippines and they'll get coerced into smuggling some drugs. And in the Philippines, it's a death penalty. And, like,
Oh,
they don't
shit.
know that. So then they get sent to prison. And the whole, Locked
Yeah.
Up Abroad is so
Whoa.
fucking scary.
Where the fuck do I watch that?
That's on, it's on all those little, like, crime shows. It's like Lock Up Raw.
Yeah. It was
I
on like
know.
History Channel or something.
Because I've seen like the top like scariest, like most dangerous prisons in the world.
Yes.
And that's pretty intense too.
Mm-hmm. And then sometimes you watch the ones from, like, Norway and you're like, how do I commit a crime there?
Yeah.
I'm gonna
I know.
go.
Yeah, the penthouse.
Jesus Christ.
They get that asshole who shot like 77 people over in Norway. What the hell was his name? He was can you Google the worst shooter in Norway? Everyone's gonna know this in the chat. But he has a friend that is paid to be his friend, Andrews Breivik. That's his name, Andrews Breivik.
Yeah.
White supremacist, total piece of shit. He has somebody who is paid by the state to be his friend so he doesn't get lonely.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Wow.
Paid by the state. How come I don't get a friend?
Because we have to work at
Paid
our
by the
friendships.
state?
Yeah.
We have to, like, apologize sometimes.
That's a bunch of bullshit.
Fucking sucks.
Yeah, I don't like that.
So the lawyers for Mr. Garcia, they have filed a lawsuit. And hopefully he will be returned to the United States soon. And I'm going to say, give the guy some money. Give the guy some cash.
Wow.
That is, he deserves.
He definitely needs a solid payout.
Yeah.
So he doesn't, especially so he doesn't sue the living shit out of them. I'm sure that's the first thing he's going to want to do when he comes back.
Apparently also, it's interesting. He was actually a confidential informant against the MS-13 gang.
That's crazy. So insult to injury.
Yeah, he's like, no, I'm one of the good one guys. Shut up. Get to El Salvador.
Yeah.
That just goes to show you, they're never going to, it doesn't matter what you do, they're going to hate you no matter what.
Doesn't matter, man.
Holy hell.
Yes, but apparently they were like, no, I think he's an active member. And anyway, hopefully he gets back to America soon. But then if you're him, you're also like, can I just go to, Uruguay is beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll just go there instead.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you even want to be here? ICE, this is what they said. They said this removal was an error. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so at least they admitted it. I'm actually a little bit surprised because usually institutions specifically in law enforcement, do not admit their flaws and their faults. So at least they admitted it, and then again, hopefully he gets some money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a nightmare.
Oh, I'm glad they admitted it.
I guess so.
Yeah.
It's a small grain of salt as he's
Bunch of
currently getting
crap.
fucking
Yeah.
God knows what done to him in an El Salvador prison. But I guess it's nice. Thank you, guys. Thanks for saying sorry.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Well, speaking of drug dealers, this story, it's kind of classic, but I just want to point out the drugs. So this is where this man was trying to smuggle crystal
what?
methamphetamine.
Okay. That's a weird shaped bag
It's-
of drugs.
Well, for those that obviously, because it's an audio program, unless you're on Patreon, it looks like 2 large black dildos. And
it really does.
but they're not full of silicone; they're full of crystal methamphetamine.
Oh,
So
even better.
a drug detection dog alerted, quote, the odor of narcotics emitting from a Texas man's buttocks
Oh, wow.
as he was trying.
Oh my God.
As he was trying to cross back into the U.S. from Mexico around 4 o'clock in the morning.
Oh my God.
It's a little bit like No Country for Old Men.
Is it?
Yes, because at one point, Josh Brolin's character has to cross into the United States.
That's right.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he has a butthole full of drugs.
Yeah. Yep.
So this guy, George Vargas, he's a 26-year-old. He is an American. Okay. He was passing into the U.S. via the pedestrian lane at an El Paso port of entry. He said that he went to Mexico to visit his grandmother, and he was en route to work. When the agents discovered Vargas had 2 hours earlier entered the U.S. through a different El Paso port, they were like, what the heck's going on? They also said Vargas was, quote, clenching his thighs during the inclusive frisk, according to a criminal complaint. And then they brought in the dog.
That's hilarious. So it wasn't up his butt. It was in between his thighs.
It was in his butt.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was in his port of entry.
Yes.
Oh my God. That's a port of exit.
Well, not always.
The dog, it's very interesting. The dog is, well, I think it may have just been in his butt cheeks. I'm not sure if it entered the anus.
Right.
But the dog is called the Concealed Human Narcotics Detector Dog. So that's they got a big title.
Yeah. I mean, he also, he alerted to the omitting of narcotics odor.
Yep.
The way that's read, I feel like he actually said that with words.
I do believe he could.
Yeah.
He tried anyway. And I do watch cat videos and dog videos of Instagram, and sometimes it does seem as if they say human words.
They do say human words. I hate when my cat talks to me in English.
Really?
Yeah, I'd say he yells at me and then he's like meow meow, and I'm like, whoa, you do not call me that.
Wow.
Yeah.
In my house, you're going to call me that?
Yeah, I don't like it.
No more food for you, cat. So the dog alerted to the trained odor of narcotics emitting again from the buttocks through his pants. So he was instructed to sit down. And when Vargas sits down, agents, quote, noticed a bulge protruding from his backside through his pants.
His butthole yawned.
Yeah. And then Vargas,
Jesus Christ.
he removed. It's almost as if he knows the sound perfectly.
Yeah,
Yes.
he really did. That was so accurate, you weirdo.
Yeah. After this, I want to hear some yoga from the Boston.
I need some Boston
I want
yoga.
Boston yoga.
Yeah.
Because this man probably needs to do a little stretching after this. So Vargas sat down. Stuff was protruding from his pants. Then he removed 2 black taped bundles from between his buttocks. So it was between. It wasn't inserted per se.
That for some reason feels even like grosser.
I know. So if you're doing meth, most likely it was in the man's a person's butt crack at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, obviously, anyone smoking meth is like, fuck it, man. I'm smoking meth.
Right.
I have standards.
Right. Be safe out there.
Yeah.
So upon being read his rights, Vargas reportedly agreed to speak with agents. He claimed, and this is interesting, that he had been threatened and said he was going to be paid with 2 ounces of meth, while the remaining 3 ounces would be picked up by an unknown individual. Vargas informed agents he needed the money. So he, honestly, maybe this was meth in a hard place.
Wow.
Rock in a hard place. Maybe he was just like, I need some cash.
Yep.
I got to go be a mule for these people with these dildo drugs.
Yep.
Hopefully I don't get busted. And he got caught.
And he got busted.
You never
Poor
know
guy.
what. Yeah, you never know what he's going through. I mean, granted, these drugs could have killed like a bunch of people.
There's
Yeah.
also that.
So it's probably best that they're not around, like the butt drugs
Yeah,
aren't around.
the drugs. The drugs were saved. The people were saved from the drugs, even though they're technically probably a little pissed about it.
Yeah, I was just reading about in Los Angeles. There's a bunch of narcotics that are still sitting in this warehouse, and apparently, like it's like really full, and they want to start getting rid of some of the drugs, but they have drugs in there from like 1990,
Whoa.
Wow.
like bundles of cocaine.
Whoa.
Oh, shit.
I wonder how's that 90s cocaine?
That must be some good shit.
Yeah, before baby laxative.
Seriously.
So, if found guilty, he faces 10 years in prison. He is now locked up in a county jail. And so there you go. His rap sheet includes prior arrests for possession of a controlled substance, possession of drug paraphernalia, and marijuana possession. So he's just a drug guy.
Yeah.
He's just trying to make ends meet the only way he seems to know how.
Yeah.
He's staying true.
Put your butt cheeks together, clench them, and cross that border.
Yep.
He must have been nervous that whole time.
He probably was. He was probably his own dead giveaway.
Yeah.
Come on, Vargas. Don't sneeze.
Don't sneezing. What is that, a dandelion? I'm allergic to dandelions. Just someone just randomly throws chili powder at him. What is happening?
Hilarious.
It's not quite as romantic as Johnny Depp made it in the movie Blow.
No.
It really isn't.
No.
He looked fantastic the entire time. He never looked like he was awake for 3 days straight,
No.
making terrible decisions.
He's all handsome and shit.
He's all hand the entire time. He's just like, I can't feel my face. Okay, sure, Johnny.
Oh. Well, let's get to some Boston yoga.
Ooh.
Do you have something?
Do you have some?
I'll do a 40, just do a 45 second, because I could go for a relaxation.
You're the one that actually does yoga.
I know. Just tell everyone to relax and settle the mind.
All right, just fucking relax, everybody. Calm your asses. Settle that fucking mind down.
Okay.
Deep inhales and slow exhales.
Are the Patriots going to win the Super Bowl?
They fucking are never winning again because Tom Brady's gone. And that's why we got to stretch it out unless we'll fucking kill somebody.
Yeah, pretty much.
Very good.
Align those fucking chakras.
Yeah, align your fucking chakras and your heart mudras.
Oh my God.
I'm less relaxed than ever.
Yeah,
It worked.
I'm sore.
I'm pretty off center right now. Weird.
Yeah, we're going to knock you off kilter here.
It's like after the yoga, immediately after yoga, everyone pulls out a cigarette.
Yeah.
That's Shavasana.
Yeah, that's our hot yoga. It's just cigarette-filled fucking room. People stressed out.
Oh, my Lord.
That's
All
amazing.
right. Well, speaking of stress, being on trial, it ain't easy, right?
Oh.
It's real hard, especially when
I wouldn't know.
You wouldn't know? You've never been on trial
I've
before?
never been on, well, I guess I've been in, the eye of public opinions, trials and tribulations.
You've never been on trial like Taylor Shabizness.
Oh,
That's her name.
yes, it is.
Shabizness. One of the best last names of all time.
That's amazing.
Not
She's
one
out of her mind.
Oh, yeah, she's real nuts. Her name is Taylor Shabizness. She's from Wisconsin. In 2022, she ended up killing her boyfriend because she was all methed out. Maybe she got it from a person's butt crack, and then she went wild.
Yep.
It wasn't a normal murder. She ended up cutting off his head.
Yeah.
Oh
then,
my God. Fully severed it
Saying
off.
it was a sex game.
Yeah, and then she also cut off his penis.
Yeah.
Well, man, he lost that game.
Yeah, he lost. He lost 2 heads.
He didn't say uncle. Nice.
Oh, Jesus.
So she is now in court. She's being sentenced. And she lunged at her own lawyer in an outburst this
Oh
week.
my God. Why is she lunging at her lawyer?
She's all mad. She's just super pissed.
Aww.
I mean, I don't. She's horrifying, Jerry. What is this? Look at her.
I
She
said
is-
on to the picture of the boy that died.
Yeah.
Oh,
We
yeah.
got him on screen right
He's
now.
a
I see.
sweetheart.
Yeah.
That's sad. Yeah,
He looks like a sweet kid.
he does look like the kind of guy who's like, I'll be vegan if you're vegan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Shabizness is very scary. Very, very scary. She's seen here lunging at her defense attorney.
Yeah, no, she's creepy looking.
Yes, she has the eyes of an evil person. Not that people are redeemable. She was sentenced to life in 2023, but she was back in a Fond du Lac court. That's where our friend Alejandro from Death and Entertainment is from.
Ooh.
For a hearing because she attacked a prison guard earlier this year.
Wow.
So she's going through
So
it.
she is going ham.
Yep. She's like, all I did was cut off a penis and cut off this guy's head. Why am I here for life?
Right.
So the lawyer threw up his hands and he shrugged. And then 5 deputies had to go and show Shabizness the business.
Wow.
So I guess it's not going well for her.
This is the second time she's done this too. She's trying to fucking get him.
He just looks. He's like, "What are you gonna do?"
He's like, all right.
All right. Well, I tried.
And you know what's even more interesting here? First of all, the Green Bay police they were on the scene.
The Green Bay Police.
And if you've learned anything from the Making a Murderer documentary, the Wisconsin accent is hilarious when they're trying to do anything seriously. Oh, don't you know you can't kill her?
Oh, yeah.
And then he killed her. And that's just going to get... how many sausages? She must have not had many sausages that day.
Oh, my God.
It's like Wisconsin accent is so...
It's goofy.
It's goofy and it's light and it's like a dough.
Yeah, it is like
It's like
a dough.
you're sentenced to life imprisonment. It's like, is this real? Or are you like a dog?
Are you being serious right now? I can't tell if you're being serious.
Like the Boston police, like when they say it, I'm like, I'm definitely going to prison for life. They can't do yoga.
Yeah.
Although Wisconsin yoga would be pretty great too.
That would be amazing too.
Oh, align your chakras, everybody. So February 2022, let's go back in time. Shabizness. So after she mutilated her boyfriend Tyrone.
Tyrone?
His name is Tyrone. I'm not going to make fun of him, but that's the mom needed to. Maybe not.
I thought you were going to say thyroid.
I know it's THYRION.
Well, let's go.
Tyrone.
Okay.
She then sexually abused him.
Oh, boy.
So she abused
sexually
the court.
abused Thyron?
Yes, this woman is real sick.
Yeah.
She then says that she was choking him during foreplay. But then there's actual evidence, and I don't know how you get the evidence.
What is the actual evidence?
That she did sexual stuff with the body. I guess the cutting off the penis is kind of evidence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if she does, I guess sexual stuff with the body would be like there would be like certain marks that are shown that prove that there's been insertions post-mortem of the skin being alive or something.
I guess. Well, Shabizness says she, quote, enjoyed the choking during sex, which is fairly common.
Yeah.
You know. But this is where it becomes uncommon.
I like breathing.
Breathing's fantastic too. But it's okay. We're
fine. People are into their shit.
But then she says, I wanted to see what would happen if I kept going.
Yeah.
So what happens? You kill him.
Oh my God!
Yeah. So
wow.
she was just
she just leaned into that weird little voice in the head.
Yeah. What if I just keep on choking him? What do you think would happen? And then the other voice would be like, well, he's gonna die.
And then she's like, great.
And then
she's like, is he though?
And the kid, he's a white fella. His name is Shad Thyron. He does look very innocent.
Very
he
innocent.
does. He looks like he was alive up until the knife was like 1/3 down his neck, and he's like, all right, I guess I'm still going along with this. It's still not really my thing.
Yeah.
I really like the way this night is going.
Oh, God.
Oh, well, Shabizness. She was found guilty of first-degree intentional homicide, third-degree sexual assault, and then, of course, mutilating a corpse.
Yeah.
And then the jury, she was like, I'm crazy. And the jury was like, no, you're not. So she is in prison. And then, again, she attacked a prison guard. So she's back in court. And then she attacked her lawyer. God,
I mean, she's crazy in a way that's unstable, and she just keeps proving the fact that she should be in there.
Yeah.
It reminds me that female prison is also very scary, isn't it? Can you imagine being locked up with this chick?
Oh my God, that sounds terrible. Imagine being this girl's cellmate.
I don't like it. I don't like it one damn bit.
Yeah, she seems like someone who's like, I'm taking the top bunk. And then at like 2 a.m, she wakes you up. She's like, I changed my mind.
Oh my God. That's the most annoying. Get out of here. All right. Well, there you go. That's that story.
Wow,
Isn't that a fun story?
That is kind of a fun story. It's a little wacky.
I'm still looking for butt of the week.
Yeah.
But this week has just been
Budless.
It's been budless.
Her lawyer just trying to do his job.
Yeah.
Lawyers who get beat up are butt of the week. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Bus drivers have it really hard.
Maybe the bus driver?
I mean, this court officer that hits her like fucking Ray Lewis.
Oh, does he get tackled?
Oh, man.
She goes down so easy.
Sometimes I love my
He
job.
did that with like one fucking arm.
Yeah, she goes down hard.
Bop! Just push.
Her hair's flopping around like Sideshow Bob.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, she did her hair terribly that day.
Yeah.
Yeah. I learned a little bit about my prison documentaries, the way they make their makeup. It's mostly pencil shavings and things of that nature. It's not really, kind of makes them look a little wacky.
Well, now in El Salvador, people are going to get their haircuts. That guy that got sent there, he's the hairstylist.
They're going to have very
They're gonna
good
look great.
haircuts. Yeah. I think Panoman said that on the Patreon.
Don't let them go. We've never looked better.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's move on to a story. This is a kind of, I don't know if we covered this story, but a Central Florida grandmother. She's not a good grandmother. She's been sentenced to 5 years in prison.
What?
This is after nearly 2.5 years after she left her infant granddaughter in a hot car while she was in her care. The thing that makes this stranger is that this is the second child she killed.
Yes.
Oh my God.
So she killed one. I'm not laughing. She killed one kid. And then the parents were like, why don't you just go stay with grandma, the other kid? But I would have cut her off.
I would have, after she killed the first kid, I probably would have cut her off of kid access.
Yes.
How did she kill the first one?
So Tracy Nix, she was previously found guilty of leaving the child unattended. I believe the first child drowned on her watch. So she was a former school principal.
Oh my God.
Yes, she was a
And she was watching other kids?
Yeah. This is not she should not be a principal.
Mm-hmm.
So she had gone inside around 2 p.m., talked to her dog. Talked to her dog, I guess.
Talk to her dog?
I guess, and practiced playing the piano for, quote, a long time before remembering the granddaughter was still in the car.
Wow.
Temperatures outside in Hardy County reached 90 degrees. Oh, that poor girl. Yeah. So around 5 p.m., Nix realized she had left her granddaughter in the car with the windows, of course, rolled up.
Oh, my God.
Nix's husband then tried to perform CPR, but the girl died. They say of hyperthermia, which I'm not really sure. I don't know how that happens, but I guess that's what happened.
Wow.
Hyperthermia, not hypothermia.
Oh, I see. So it means you're too hot.
Yeah.
I get it. Thank you, Kyle.
You got it.
You're so smart, Kyle.
So smart.
He's so smart. So the incident came not even a year after Nix's other grandchild, a 16-month-old Ezra Shock, drowned while in Nix's care as the grandmother was asleep.
Wow.
Apparently, the little boy opened the doors, went under a fence, and wandered into a pond near his grandparents' house. But also, that seems like a lot for a 16-month-old to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just about to go get a job.
The fact that he's walking all the way to a pond and sneaking under the fence.
They can friggin' go.
Yeah?
My kid's starting to run around. Well, not run, but he's moving around enough. In another 6-7 months, he's going to be taking off.
Setting up the story already.
Yeah.
Yeah. What happened to your son? Well, I told you like to run around.
Yeah, he started running around a while ago.
Yeah. Why'd you take all the fencing off of your porch? Maybe he fell.
Yeah,
Maybe he falls.
He did that.
He did that.
He ate it.
So emotions, they ran high in court this week.
Oh my God, that's so sad.
Yes. Shock's parents both spoke about their loss and the sadness about seeing Nix being sentenced. So Kayla Nix Shock, the girl's mother, turned directly to her mother while talking about the ongoing trauma having lost her 2 children.
That's so insane. Oh my God.
Yes, it's bizarre because they say, I still love you. I hate this. I hate that I have to choose, but I had to, but it doesn't change my heart. Drew Shock, baby Earl's father, spoke about the extra steps he and Kalia Nix Shock had taken to protect Uriel after Ezra's death, but they didn't really do a good job because they left her with the grandmother again.
That seemed like step 1 of what not to do.
Right. So Shock says, there are some things you just don't think about, and as parents, we have to live with that for the rest of our lives. She has done this twice.
Oh my God.
And the fact that we're debating whether she deserves jail time to me is just insane. So I think he's a little bit more like, because, it's his stepmother, or it's his
mother-in-law.
Mother-in-law, right? So I think he's just more like, you are a psycho.
Yeah, you need to go to prison. And then she's more like, this sucks. This is like my mom. I don't want my mom to go to prison.
Right.
It's not like she didn't intentionally drown them, but goddamn, why'd you keep forgetting about them?
Why you keep killing all my kids?
Yeah.
Fool me once. I get it. Right. But
maybe I can kill one kid.
I mean, even
Casey Anthony.
Yeah, even Casey. Now she's gonna be probably very famous.
Famous.
Yeah.
Yes. So This is Nix. That's the grandmother that killed these two kids. She says, I literally forgot for a long period of time. I'm broken about what happened. I don't want to leave anyone with the thought that I'm making excuses because I'm not.
No.
Again, she worked as a principal and an educator for 40 years, and she was described highly regarded. Maybe she did. Maybe her brain was gone. I mean, she said,
maybe she was like going as an old woman, and it was on her parents to take that into serious consideration after the first kid.
Yeah. Judge Brandon Rafool, don't call him a fucking fool. Brandon Rafool, he says, Urel is not an isolated incident. I do not believe she is showing remorse. I believe she is showing sorrow. Which I guess those are different things.
Wait, what? What does that mean?
He's like, she's not showing remorse. She's showing sorrow.
As in, like, she's just sad that she's going to jail. She doesn't feel like she shouldn't have done this.
She got a 5-year sentence. I mean, it's not the most I've ever heard of for two deaths.
For fucking,
So last year, around 40 recorded hot car deaths were in the U.S. So check your back seat.
Wow.
Check your back seat, people. Jeez.
Your truck tells you to look in the back seat.
I know, it's very creepy. And I told this joke on my former show where I was like, if I see a baby back there, I'm going to freak out.
It'll just be mine.
It's a little.
Caden.
Hey.
Yeah, it was a little bit weird when I first saw that.
Yeah.
Why you fucking shut up, truck?
That's just Jerry.
I'm in charge here, truck. Oh yeah, that'd be cute. My dog Jerry and dog Jerry and human Jerry back there.
Just check your back.
Sharing a
turn
pup
around,
cup.
and I'm like, hi.
What are you guys doing back there?
You gonna let me? I don't know. I'm waiting for the child lock to come off.
Got any pup cups?
Got any pup cups?
Pup cups. Do they need to see the dog?
Ask the chat. What do you say?
Yeah, do you have to see the dog if you're going to get a pup cup?
Email us. You work at Starbucks?
Yeah, if I drive through Starbucks and there's no dog in my car, but I ask for a pup cup. Oh, you know what? They don't see me at first. First, it's just a speaker.
Oh, yeah. And
So by the time I pull up, I'm like, the dog ran away. Let me go grab this pup cup so I can get it back.
Eat that pup cup. Well, all right. Just lastly, butt of the week.
Whoa.
It's human meat.
Whoa.
Wait,
Yeah,
what?
we're doing it. Butt of the week is human meat. Don't fucking come at me. Okay? So, there are now things called bodyoids.
Oh.
Bodyoids are going to be used to help grow artificial wombs.
Okay, bodyoids.
I'm sorry, no,
sounds like shit that I avoid from people.
Yes, bodyoids is it sounds stinky.
Overdose on bodyoids.
Bodyoids, it does sound like a cereal that has steroids in it that makes you strong. Sound like John Cena. Bodyoids would be grown in artificial wombs, okay? They can withstand endless pain.
What?
This is where we are now. The future is here.
Mothers can already withstand endless pain. They do it constantly every day since the beginning of time.
Sometimes they snap and kill their whole family, though. So, will this happen
Still counts.
with what is being called soulless human bodies
Oh, my God.
that are used solely for medical reasons?
That's creepy.
Karsten T. Charlesworth and Henry T. Greeley and Hiromutsu Nakachachi.
Nice job.
Wow.
Nakachi. Thank you.
Okay.
I am trying. They made a bizarre pitch to MIT Technology Review saying that they have created zombie-like bodies of flesh that can be used for growing human organs and for transplants.
What the f?
Yeah. And they say this is going to be using stem cell research, one of the earliest cell types to form during human development. The stem cells, they've already been used to grow organic matter, and now they simply want it to grow what resembles a human embryo. And then from there, the human embryo would grow.
Oh my God. Dude, that's sick. That's sick.
It's this is a moral debate. It's a moral debate.
I am against it.
Yeah.
Organic matter matters.
Organic matter.
What?
What?
It's interesting. So researchers...
They're going to grow a child
Yes.
that actually whose literal parents would be science and
Yeah.
who was born out of a dead body.
They're going to be nerds.
Yeah.
No, they're going to be a lot more fucked up than nerds. Dude.
Yeah.
They're going to be bodyoids.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, and then they become sentient.
Yeah.
Shit. So the plan is going to use genetic techniques to stunt brain production.
Oh.
So they're going to be all dumb. And then once they're grown, the bodies could, quote, could address many ethical problems in modern medicine, offering ways to avoid unnecessary pain and suffering. That's what the scientists are saying. So they're like, yeah,
This is horrible.
it's a little trippy,
Yeah.
but they say it's no different than ethical meat. They wrote, for example, they could offer an ethical alternative to the way we currently use non-human animals for research and food, providing meat or other products with no animal suffering or awareness. So I don't know if we're supposed to be eating the human meat.
Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah,
what's
like what is that? What does that even mean?
I need to watch that scene in Jurassic Park to really understand that.
Yeah.
I think so too. I think that would help clarify things for me.
The researchers have said there's going to be some ethical questions.
Yeah.
We got some ethical questions here.
Yeah.
But stress the world of possibilities that could open up if the spare bodies are developed. I don't know. I don't know. It's a little matrixy.
Yeah.
It is. It's really strange. It's like they want to stunt the brain and grow the body enough so that they can figure out how to experiment on it so that it doesn't feel pain.
Yes, they say that it's not going to feel pain because it's not going to have the brain sensors or whatever to feel the pain. So the testing potentially tortures the creatures as they're sentient and feel pain. That's obviously what the main question is.
Dude, this is a crazy sci-fi horror film.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Then we're gonna get like new slurs out of it. We're gonna be like this fucking bodyoid.
Yeah, look at this bodyoid. Are you a bodyoidist? You fucking asshole.
Yeah.
That's my girlfriend, dude. Yeah, I don't like them very smart, but look at her body.
Total bodyoid, babe.
So here is everything you need to know about the proposal. Scientists have proposed growing human bodies without conscience for medical use. These bodies could serve as a source for organ transplant and solve shortages, which I guess that's a big problem. The pitch poses serious moral dilemmas about the misuse of technology, and the concept, once fiction, is edging closer and closer to actual science.
So then they believe it's not actual science.
Well, it is going to become, I believe it is actual science, but it's soon to become a reality.
Oh boy.
It's definitely science. It's a weird science.
It's a weird one.
Yes.
It's a really weird one. Like I said, I guess I can't separate humans from like their souls and feeling and
Right.
stuff. So this whole experiment does sound torturous,
Mhm.
and I don't know. I don't know how that person would come out using these quote unquote bodies. Like I'm concerned for the bodies.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
You hear bodies, you think people, you
Right.
think hearts.
And then if you get like a heart from a soulless body,
Does it actually work?
does it work?
Yeah.
And then does it make you turn to the dark side?
Mm.
Maybe it makes you evil.
No, a lot less makes us turn to the dark side.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, not getting my pup cup at the Starbucks drive-thru just because I don't have a dog made me turn to my dark side.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'm a fucking dog. So they say the clinical trials that risk harm to humans and can take a decade or longer to complete won't be necessary. Only about 15% of those trials are actually successful. So I don't know. This is the future. We're in it now. And they're saying, well, we're already experimenting with human beings and they feel stuff. So these are not going to be human beings, but they're going to be meat.
What the fuck?
That's so weird.
Apparently, there's 100,000 Americans currently waiting for a solid organ transplant. So, if you're one of these 100,000 people, do you take the road of, hey, it's going to be worth it if it saves my life?
We've
Get
got-
that bodyoid in there right now.
Get
my
that
God.
bodyoid in there. It
No.
wasn't. It was basically science fiction until very, very recently, and then these three psychopaths were just like, no, I think we can do it.
Wow.
Oh my God.
I want to watch Reanimator now. Movie's amazing.
Yeah.
Not Barbara Corcoran. She's from Shark Tank. Barbara Compton. Yes, indeed. All right. So anyway,
All right.
what's the chat got to say?
The chat,
Hey.
they're
Are they pro-humanoid, anti-humanoid? What are we doing?
so we want to create a subservient human to experiment on, Vanessa said.
They're called the Irish. Don't. That's a joke. That's a joke.
Ha ha.
Oh,
I'm
boy.
Irish. I can say that.
Yeah.
I'm not Irish, but
They're asking, aren't we having a population crisis already? Now
I
we
know,
have more-
right? Too many people.
True.
Now we're gonna make fake people.
yeah. What are they going to do with the farts?
Yeah. Hysteric saying someone said science is about coulda, not shoulda.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's very true.
We can do it, so let's do it.
Yeah. Also, you know how many people are going to try to, all those stupid scientists, how many of them are going to fuck those bodies?
Oh my God.
So many
Absolutely.
Stupid scientists.
Hey,
Oh my God.
Fucks like a bodyoid.
hey,
You are really into this word. Bob.
yeah, bodyoid. Hey, Farvara. Yeah, why you keep on making big dicks on all these guys? You know, dick transplants aren't that big in the country. Well, I just don't know. You never know when there's going to be a run on dicks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
You seem to be sucking all of them.
Mhm.
I'm not sucking
Yeah.
this dick. I'm pumping up the humanoid.
Yeah, that's what it is. In your fantasy, the scientist lady sees a dick and can't help but to just slobber up. Anyway,
I've seen that video before.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hot stuff. Anything else?
Pano saying he's getting on his flight back to Oregon, leaving within the hour. Hopes it doesn't crash. But if it does, pray he survives, get a big payout, and then he could fund Die Bud for the rest of our lives.
Hey, please, God.
Why was that the turn of events?
Because I love
Jesus
that.
Christ.
I love that.
Hell yeah.
So much.
We gotta get bona fide.
Yeah.
Oh
Damn
no! I hope some drunk people fight on your plane, force the plane to turn around and land, and then you get your money back.
Oh,
There you
that's a good way to do it.
Yeah.
Yes. Whew. All right. Well, what another fantastic week of OK Bud. We'll be back next week. Enjoy this week's Death and Entertainment. We discuss Kimbo Slice. All right, everyone, hail yourself. Oh, shoot me your tattoos. By the way, thanks to everyone who's been DMing me your beautiful hail yourself tattoos.
Yeah.
I know. It really is making me in the mood to get one.
It's nice.
That's cool.
Okay, hail yourself. Talk to you soon. Bye.